Hi there. I wanted to go ahead and record a recap of the week 3, the Rediscover Your Soul Qualities of my online series, because if you tried watching it, the sound quality was really poor. There was a technical issue. So I wanted to go ahead and give you a brief recap of that week in case you missed it live. And I also wanted to announce that since I've been speaking to many of you, I decided to offer a 2-month Soul Alignment Circle throughout the summer. I'm going to put it up on my website for the next week, and you'll know if you're called to join us or not. And if we get at least 7 people, it'll be a go. And it's on my website, and it's called the Soul Alignment Circle. And basically, it's a 2-month circle where we meet every other week as a group on Zoom. And it'll be limited to 10 people because I want it to be an intimate group where everybody can ask questions and we can dive deeper into the topics, as well as cover all of the other topics of my soul alignment process. We only covered 3 in this series. And also, each person will get 2 different one-on-one sessions with me over video or phone, as well as 4 different pre-recorded video lessons with homework. So every other week you'll get a video lesson, and then every other week we'll do the live calls. And then you will also receive 2 audio meditations and 2 channeled guidance meditations recordings. So you'll check out on my website that program. I'm very excited. And like I said, if we get at least 7 people next week, that'll be a go. So I wanted to go ahead and briefly summarize the entire series. So in week 1, we did strong energy boundaries. And with that week, it came with a strong energy boundary meditation. And I've gotten great feedback that people are so helped by that they can really sense what's them and what's not them, and they can stay more centered. And it's so freeing when you can really manage your own frequency. And week 2 was clear inner guidance. And this is really, to me, it's like it's a paradigm shift from having your inner critic driving the car of your life most or even some of the time. It's very uncomfortable anytime that it's driving, to shifting it so that your inner guidance is driving the car of your life. And that shift is humongous, and it changes everything. So when you make that shift more consistently, we're not going to be perfect, you then start to attract and experience synchronicity and support from the universe in all the beautiful ways that match your soul's path and that matches your own energy. And then week 3, which I'll talk a little bit about more right now, was rediscovering your soul qualities. And when I use the term soul qualities, I'm talking about, I believe our souls basically have a personality, and we can come up with 10 to 15 unique themes that each person has. So when I work with people one-on-one, we do this process where I can really gather together your unique themes. And what's so helpful about that is, number one, a lot of times they're invisible to you, so you can reclaim these wonderful aspects and fully own your gifts. And then another reason is that when you have your list, you can make decisions based on whether or not this new decision, if it's to make a choice about something, you can look at your list and see which soul qualities would be expressed and which ones might have to take a back seat. And it just helps people make decisions more easily with having this list. And it's also a way of, like I said, embracing all the different aspects. So I've noticed working with people over many years that once we have the list, and once you notice that each one is expressed and you have balance, you don't have to have your career express every single one of your soul qualities, or your relationship, or where you live. So it's a really wonderful way to find a balance. So for example, I have a client who, when she's really busy with her number 1 top soul qualities of taking a stand for possibilities and being a visionary and a leader and empowering others and bringing awareness to her community in different projects, if she's so focused on that, it's extremely fulfilling, of course, and her soul is lit up and she's doing her work in the world. But then if she ignores some of the other soul qualities on her list, like fun and adventure that she thrives on, it starts to get frustrating, and her inner guidance will start getting uncomfortable because she's overscheduled. And so then it's time for a road trip. Then it's like all or nothing, and she just has to get away. And so rather than have it be all or nothing, it's really great to just always be mindful of which ones you're expressing. And when you have a balance of each of them being expressed in different ways, that's true fulfillment. So that's a big part of the process. So I'll give another example. So of course, making a difference is a common theme for people, especially healers. But there are nuances and there are different characteristics of making a difference. So one person might be a singer and performer, and it's not just enough to entertain people, but it's really creating a spark, creating a connection with the audience, and also having the audience feel something. So this person wouldn't sing about trivial things. It would have to be a very deep message that is being conveyed through song and reaching the audience in a way that profoundly transforms them. So when I look at soul qualities, it starts off as a surface soul quality, like making a difference, but then it gets more nuanced. So another one is creative expression. And there's so many ways, obviously, to express yourself creatively with art and pottery and even gardening, music, cooking, drawing. But there are certain other reasons why it's fulfilling. So some people really love, if they have a soul quality where they really enjoy a deep connection with nature, of course, gardening makes sense. So I'm really pointing out that there are other aspects to these soul qualities. And sometimes it's interesting because people really don't see their own beautiful gifts as clearly as I can or other people can. So one of them that I discovered recently with a client is this cutting edge ideas, and almost like it's going against the status quo. And that's a theme that kept coming up. And so I know that for her, the work she does has to be cutting edge, and it has to be kind of pushing the boundary of what people already know. So it's so much fun for me to dive in, and I call it soul mining instead of gold mining. And over the phone calls that I've been having over the last few weeks with everyone, I've been pointing to people's different soul qualities. So if you haven't booked your phone call yet, please do. It's right on the webpage. So then the homework that I left people with at the end of the last phone call with the workshop last week was to go back to week 2, listen to that clear inner guidance meditation. Toward the end of that meditation, there's a point where I say, ask for guidance from your higher self about one activity that would feed your spirit this week. So I recommend first listening to the meditation because it really gets you grounded and it strengthens your connection to your higher self. And then see if you can really, it doesn't take a lot of effort. You want to just create space for the guidance to come for you in whatever form it comes. And then once you get that guidance, follow it. And I also know that guidance, that activity that feeds your spirit, is related to a soul quality. So the bonus homework is to think about what soul qualities might, just from what you've heard so far, might be expressed in this activity that feeds your spirit. So I've really enjoyed this free online series, and I'm excited about this new 2-month circle. And like I said, it's going to be for 2 months, but it's only going to be up for a week, and then it officially begins Tuesday, July 9th. So check out the details and tune in to see if you're called to it, and I look forward to seeing you.